Colleagues, I just want to go back and review some of the things that we've heard here today. Like many of you, I'm hopeful that our federal government can finally solve the immigration problem, so states don't have to craft a patchwork of legislation to fit their individual needs. But I do want to briefly remark about my concerns with Senate Bill 833B. I know it's been said that this bill will help reduce the amount of uninsured drivers in Oregon, and we've heard differing points on this, and I'm skeptical with the information that I've found. We sent a work group to New Mexico to investigate into their driving card program, and I'm not sure their results are desired here in Oregon. New Mexico began their driving card program in 2003, and then Governor Richardson believed that this policy would reduce the high number of uninsured drivers in his state, which has been stated before by two different individuals on the floor with differing numbers. But in 2000, before the law was implemented, 26% of New Mexico drivers were uninsured. In 2008, just 5 years later after they instated this program in 2003, the driving card program rate was at 30% of drivers were uninsured in New Mexico and became #1 in total uninsured drivers a decade after their driving card implementation. New Mexico consistently ranks above twice the national average in uninsured drivers, and this is according to the Insurance Research Council. So that's where my numbers come from, is the Insurance Research Council. So I'm not sure where the other numbers came from that showed this huge reduction, and I would like that information provided to me. But from everything I've studied, this does not reduce uninsured drivers. Since the program was implemented in 2003, some 80,000 licenses have been issued to foreign nationals, although only an estimated 49,000 undocumented immigrants are said to reside in New Mexico. An investigation has shed light on this disparity, where vans of Polish immigrants from Chicago came to this state to illegally obtain some forms of official documentation to use back in Illinois. According to the Associated Press, in Nashville, Tennessee, they stopped their driving card program after investigations found that undocumented foreign nationals were being shipped in from other states using fake residency papers and sometimes bribing state workers to get these cards. According to Jerry Nicely, who at the time was Tennessee's commissioner for the Department of Transportation and Safety, and he said, I quote, "The program was being suspended while the authorities reassess it." The program was being suspended while authorities reassess it. Federal investigations found that illegal immigrants were traveling hundreds of miles to get driving certificates illegally. In 2007, after the recommendation of the 9/11 Commissioner, Governor Kulongoski, our own governor here in the state of Oregon, issued an executive order calling for stricter requirements for issuance of driver's licenses. He also called upon the legislature to enact legislation giving the requirements statutory authority. In Governor Kulongoski's order, he stated, "It appears that the criminal organizations are using Oregon's permissive standards in order to assist persons to illegally obtain items like licenses and government documentation." Law enforcement has stated that Oregon was significant in distributing illegal documentation and licensure to undocumented residents from a variety of states. When we became stricter in our issuance of Oregon driver's licenses requiring birth certificates, we went from issuing 5,000 per month down to only 500. This testimony is on the record when I sat on transportation. This was a huge change and a significant number of fake IDs we were putting out in the field. The Sheriff's Association also stated that they think obtaining A driving privilege document should be
Representative
robust.
Weidner, your time has expired. Representative Springer yields.
Obtaining a driving privilege document should be a robust, rigorous process, and they should be renewed annually. Given the nature of this issue, I would like us to take their advice, and we do have a common sense solution, which was stated earlier about Utah. Utah, they have a similar legislation, but they took the advice of their law enforcement. Their driving card issued to undocumented foreign nationals requires a fingerprint, which is submitted to a background check and denies issuance to anyone with criminal history, and this driving privilege card must be renewed each year. Colleagues, at this time, my reservations remain, and I'm not sure that loosening our restraints of government documents or extending these driving privileges to undocumented foreign nationals will reduce the amount of uninsured drivers or make our communities safer. I think that Oregonians deserve a secure government-issued identification and driving license. The unintended consequences of this bill will be further abuse of our system, resulting in heightened identity fraud and giving a false sense of driving security. I encourage us to continue working on this issue and vote no on this measure today. I thank you for your time.